Nylon and polyester tents like this one have silicone applied at the factory to keep them waterproof and to keep them out of the elements when you're using them. Now, every 2 to 3 years, if you use your tent around about 2 to 3 weeks per year, every 2 to 3 years your tent will need reproofing. Now, this video is how to do that and how to reproof using a product called Fabsil. But there are two versions and variants of Fabsil. One is Fabsil Universal Protector and one is Fabsil Gold. So which one should you use and why? So we'll start with Fabsil Gold. Fabsil Gold has 5 times the active ingredient over normal Fabsil. So you would think, perfect, that's the one I'm going to go for. But however, there's something missing. Fabsil Gold does not have a UV inhibitor built into it. So use Fabsil Gold if your tent is outside most of the year or in wet weather conditions when it is outside. It will benefit from having that higher level of silicone and the beading will be phenomenal. So if you're a wet weather camper, use Fabsil Gold. However, if like us, you use your tent mainly in the summer, then go for Fabsil Standard. Now this has the UV inhibitor built into it. So what you'll find is that if you leave these out in the sun too long, the UV will damage the polyester, the nylon, and it will go brittle and start to rip. That's where this stuff is better used. So if you are a summer camper, use Fabsil Standard. So how do you apply this stuff? Well, it's really easy. It's liquid format, it comes in a tin, and all I do is decant it into a jug. We're going to use brushes to effectively paint this on, and we're going to do 2 coats. And once that's painted on, we literally wipe it over with a cloth to make sure it's nice and even, and it will dry clear, and you won't see any difference to where you have or haven't been. So it's important that you follow a methodical process. After you've painted on your first coat, we're going to leave it for 6 hours to dry. And after we've done that, we go over it with a second coat, and 2 thin coats is better than 1 thicker one. So always remember that. We'll go over it with our second coat and again, allow 6 hours drying time. So it's really important that you've got the good weather when you're going to do this. For areas that are a little more difficult to get to, like the roof, I find that simply unclipping the poles, then you can bend the tent down . And then you can get to them areas there really easily. So that's the first coat done. What I like to do now is, after this is dried, which it has now, is put the remainder of the litre into a sprayer and go around and literally spray this on. You'll use far less product the second time around. Now, I have probably only got about 100 ml left in here to do the whole of this tent again, and it'll be tight, but we'll go around, spray this on, and as we spray it on with a fine mist, we'll use the cloth immediately to wipe it over and create a nice even second coat. So let's go and do that now. So that's the tent, all waterproofed up again for another couple of years. £20 roughly for a litre of Fabsil, so it's hardly going to break the bank. I'll show you some shots at the end of this video of the water behaviour, but trust me, it's absolutely amazing, as good as factory fresh. Don't forget the tip about the second coat using a sprayer. You use far less product, but that initial brush on coat is very, very important to get a nice, decent, deep coverage of Fabsil all over the tent. It'll make it last a hell of a lot longer. Anyway, hope you found this informative. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.